I'm not even gonna front real quick, man. Rest in peace, man. You look like the great Sean P. When you first signed on to that shit, you look like Sean Price, like a hot second.
About to smack Earth, Wind, and Fire out of cats.
You are in tune to Eats, Beats, and Rhymes, and I'm your host, Yo Jules DJ. Welcome back to another episode of Who Do You Got? Show that we take two of your favorite artists, two of your favorite albums, two of your favorite crews, etc., etc. Put them in a 5-round battle to answer the question at the end of the night, who do you got? Tonight we're talking Legendary Project. This one kind of came about during seeing a performance recently of the hip hop 50th anniversary up in Yankee Stadium. This artist was there, he did his thing, kind of sparked the idea for tonight's episode. Let's talk about it. Tonight's episode is a Chicago episode, if you will, Midwest. Stand up, Lupe Fiasco episode. Let's talk about food and liquor versus the cool Eats, Beats, and Rhymes. Make some noise. Yeah. Oh man, like I said, I think it was kind of dope. He was one of the artists that performed at the Yankee Stadium during the Hip Hop 50 a few weeks ago. And I just felt inspired. I threw the idea out. Everybody kind of went with it. So I'm glad y'all kind of participated on it. I think these are two dope projects. Respect to DJ Hobo, who also was feeling the idea and is couldn't make it to tonight's episode. But let's go ahead and introduce everybody else around the room that is here tonight to take place in tonight's battle. Let's go ahead and talk about it. And shout out to everybody in the chat room. And don't forget, we do this every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here live on Twitch. Follow us on Twitch, no matter what the description says at the moment. Follow us here, you know what I'm saying? And let me like, subscribe, comment over on YouTube as well. Let us know what you're thinking. And all of your audio podcast needs, we got you covered there as well. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Introduce the first man in the room, my man, the good Reverend Doctor, stepping into the room. I don't know if you want me to say it on camera, but happy day to you, sir. How are you today?
I'm good, man. I appreciate it, man. I'm glad to be here.
Celebrate that man's born day. You know what I mean?
Born day.
I was AWOL and AOL at the same time the last couple of weeks. So
Listen, we're glad you're able to step into the room. Like I said, I'm asking specifically you first. Like I said, I know you were very into the industry at this point in time when both these records dropped. Talking food and liquor versus the cool. Who do you got?
I probably got to go with food and liquor on this.
Oh snap! We're gonna dissect. We're gonna find out why you feel that way. Fair enough. Shout out to everybody in the chat room that's just strolling on in. Like I said, have a seat. Listen, shout out to my man. I'm in the building. Let's go ahead and talk about it. We're talking food and liquor versus the cool. It's a Lupe Fiasco episode. Midwest Stand Up. Let's go ahead and talk about my man over the DMV, Mastermind 24K. What is up, sir?
What's going on? What's going on, fellas? I know I've been MIA, but I'm back. I'm here, and I'm happy to be here.
You shining, baby. I see the cookies. I see. You doing your thing, kid. I see it. Listen, man, we're talking Lupe Fiasco. You know what I mean? We're gonna find out how you feel personally about him later. But let's talk about food and liquor versus the cool. Who do you got?
Oh, I'm definitely going for that food and liquor.
Oh snap! Okay. And you know, Mastermind's going down with the ship. No matter what question.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
He can log off now. Like, leave my vote. Just leave my votes. Yeah, I'll be back. So listen, let's keep it pushing across the room. Like my man Triple C from Queens. Triple Fast. Triple C, what is going on, sir?
Yeah, I gotta go for that debut album.
You go for food?
Yeah.
Oh my. See, I bet you never listened to either album before tonight.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Fair enough, Triple C. I'm not knocking. I'm one of the type of.
You gave me an assignment to do, so.
There's plenty of times I've admitted it on the air, like I said, where I'm more of a singles guy. I never listen to the entire projects. I think Triple C obviously heard the singles off these projects. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I relate, but not in this particular case. I definitely knew both these projects. But again, moving on, we got Triple C's vote. We got 3 votes already for food and liquor. Let's keep pushing across the room real quick. My man, DJ Scanless, aka Baba Midi. What is going on, bro?
Oh, what go on?
Listen, man, we're talking food and liquor. This is the cool, same artist, Lupe Fiasco. Who do you got?
So I'm gonna step out, man, and I'm gonna go with the cool on this one.
With his cool voice.
I think you, the both projects for the first time, had enough for the first project, didn't even really listen to the second project, and just decided to go with the first project. That's the way I'm seeing it. You just kind of skipped the second meal. You were like, I don't need it.
Oh man,
We're gonna chop it up. We're gonna chop it up.
All right, now, Triple C, defend yourself. Triple C, defend yourself. Listen,
tough decision, man. But I know the show is Eats, Beats, and Rhymes with Ike, man. What's good, man? You always got the halal plate in the you always got the halal plate in the shot, man.
Let's talk about it. Is tonight's vote very halal or not?
No, this is very leftover Chinese food, like, you know what I mean? When it's just right. If you know when it's just right. You know what I mean?
I got you. All right. I ain't hating.
Yeah, man. You know, it's I'm making sure to do my part for the eats, beats, and rhymes. You know what I'm saying? And since I'm here, I might as well just place my vote. And I got to say, I know this it's funny. I know this is totally out of Trip C's fucking bag when this is playing. Trip C was like, "What the?"
He probably just busting a gun just for no reason, just trying to get entered in there.
Just need to smell the barrel in this motherfucker. But I'm glad Scan took his vote because I'm going with food and liquor. You know?
Oh, are you going to Birds of the Feathers?
Yeah, it's just so. Well, I'll explain this.
We will dissect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Every we do here live on, like I said, Twitch. Follow us here. Thanks to everybody that's already joined us in the chat room. Joe heard him in the building, just stepping in. Peace to you, my man. Listen, let's talk about it. We're talking food and liquor versus the cool tonight. It's a Lupe Fiasco episode. Let's get down to it. As you know, around here, we like to play some music. It's usually how we set things off, Ryan. So we only going to start things off with, of course, talking about some of the big records that both these artists dropped. Let's talk about the first, matter of fact, as each one of these guys got. Actually, I'm not even sure. Yeah, no, these were the first singles off each project. Actually, the biggest singles of each project.
The same guy.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it's the same guy. He was like, I'm like, oh, there's two Lupes?
these guys.
That'll throw you for a fucking loop. You know what I mean?
Those guys.
Bizarro Lupe.
These Thank you for correcting me. I've already been smoking before camera and off camera. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the first big single off of Food and Liquor, the obvious Kick Push.
What up, y'all? Yeah, soundtrack, what's poppin', baby? Woo! If y'all ain't know, I go by the name of Lupe Fiasco, representing that first and 15. Yeah, and this one right here, I dedicate this one right here to all my homies out there grinding. You know what I'm saying? Legally and illegally. You know what I'm talking about? So, check it out. First got it when he was 6, didn't know any tricks. Matter of fact, first time he got on it, he slipped, landed on his hip and busted his lip. For a week he had to talk with a lisp like this. Now we can end the story right here, but shorty didn't quit, it was something in the air. Yeah, he said it was something so appealing, he couldn't fight the feeling, something about it. He knew he couldn't doubt it, couldn't understand it. Branded, since the first kick flip he landed. Labeled a misfit, a bandit. Cocoon. His neighbors couldn't stand it, so he was banished to the park. Started in the morning, one stopped after dark. Yeah, when they said it's getting late in here, so I'm sorry, young man, there's no skating here. So we kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. And away he rolled, just a rebel to the world with no place to go. And so we kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. So come and skate with me, just a rebel looking for a place to be. So let's kick and push and coast. My
man, Kick Push right there. That's a hot track right there. That beat is crazy.
Yo.
Is that his name? Soundtrack? Am I saying that correctly?
A lot of
Soundtrack.
shit.
The producer?
Soundtrack. Yeah.
That's the guy's name. If I'm not mistaken, the producer. I can confirm that right now.
Yeah.
Soundtrack.
I believe it. I believe it's soundtrack. I'll double check it right now. Kick
Yeah.
push.
Is that somebody heavy?
Say it
No,
again.
I believe it's somebody from the first, the FNF. Shout out to them. Malcontent in the building as well. Shout out Malcontent. And like I said, definitely a hot song. The very first single, like I said, off that debut project. That was coming out back in 06. So he had a debut project that came out September 19th of 2006. Again, the lead song of that. Big song, big video. That used to get a lot of play on 106 & Park too. Remember that?
Got a lot of play
It was that
everywhere.
era. It was that here.
It got a lot of play. It was on there was a First and 15th mixtape before
Wow.
that album came out
Oh.
that I remember that song was on. Because being on that album, that wasn't the first time I heard that song. It was before that. And then when I realized we was gonna be talking about this, it brought back some memories because I actually had to work both of these projects.
Mm.
The Cool and Food and Liquor. But
well, speaking of the Cool, let's talk about the first single off that project. Again, very big records. Again, when you do your homework, you can go back and look in hindsight. Like Lupe had some pretty big records. This was another big record off that Lupe Fiasco's The Cool. Let's talk about Superstar featuring Matthew Santos.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The camera's here and the microphones, and they wanna know, the return. If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The crowd is here and the lights are on, and they wanna show, a fresh, cool young Lou trying to cash his microphone check 212. Wanna believe my own hype, but it's too untrue. The world brought me to my knees. What have you brung you? Did you improve on the design? Did you do something new? Where your name in on the guest list? Who brung you? You, the more famous person, you come through, and the sexy lady next to you, you come too. And then the hitman standing outside of heaven, waiting for God to come and get me. I'm too uncouth, unschooled to the rules, and too gumshoe. Too much of a newcomer and too uncool. Like shadow in the veil, I battle with it well. Though I need a holiday like lady who sung blue. Go back, whatever you did, you undo. Heavy as heaven, the devil on me 2 tons too.
Listen. See, they talking about in the chat room, we talking about a very lyrical individual. I see a cool battle. King Los up against Lupe. Again, Lupe is that level that he can go up against King Los, respectfully, Mr. September. I think that's a cool battle to see. Now, I don't know who would win, but Lupe is of that level. Let's talk about it. Like I said, we talking about the obvious big records in the room. This is a guy that's very lyrical who gets away. And the time and space, which is the early 2000s, well, let's call it the early, like the mid 2000s, when music was very crunk and very clubby. And you, like Lupe, who's super lyrical, dropping records that still got radio and video play, respectfully. Let's talk about it. Kick Push versus Superstar. Who do you got? We don't really have no voting booths in the chat room tonight, but like everybody, state your vote out, write it out. Like I said, let us know what you're thinking. Superstar versus Kick Push. Who wants to go first? Who do you got?
I'm going first. I'm going Kick Push.
Oh snap! Going down with the ship. Why do you feel that way though? I know you're going down with the ship regardless.
Because like around that time, it's like I saw like a lot of little kids with the skateboards, and they were blasting the shit out of that track, yo. I was like, okay. And I mean, like the beat. I love the beat. I like the vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? The other one, yeah, okay. A little orange shit. You know, I like it. You know what I'm saying? He made me want to get a skateboard. I want to get a skateboard. You know what I'm saying? It's facts, you know? I'm sticking to that track, and that producer soundtrack is dope. You know what I'm saying? So.
Fair enough. We got basically the first vote of the evening. Mastermind putting it down for Kick Push. Shout out to DJ Maitar in the building. Salute, sir. Salute. Let's talk about it. One vote in. Anybody feel the same as Mastermind, or someone want to feel a little bit different?
You know, I feel the same. I feel like Kick Push is like his version of Common's Love to Hip Hop. So that's his what they call it, old to hip. That's his version.
Chicago
So
MCs.
that's a metaphor. His skateboarding thing was a metaphor for his lifestyle and hip hop.
Okay, I like that.
Mhm.
Another superstar. Fair enough. I like that. We got 2 votes. Kick push. Anybody else? Let me ask this, because I don't know. It might be a short evening, it might be a long evening. Let's talk about it. Is anybody want to go for superstar at the moment?
Well,
Yeah.
well,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want-
look, Sam.
I wanna-
because I think Lupe is an interesting. I think this is an interesting battle, bro. Like, because realistically, he's like a prime example of somebody saying to me like, well, have you what do you think of this artist? Like, well, I don't know if I really like the single. Well, you got to listen to the album. Well, if I don't like the single, why am I going to go listen to the album? You know what I'm saying? So, or you like the single, you only get to the album and you don't do any more research. You know what I'm saying? So Lupe, for me, has always been an artist I really didn't do too much research on. I just started having a conversation with Malcontent as far as him being lyrical and things like that. When you listen to these 2 projects, these are prototypical, cleaned up industry set albums. You know what I'm saying? They sound like 80s hip hop as far as production wise. As far as production wise, you know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of deep drums, not a lot of like I guess soul feeling to me anyway, my perspective. You know what I'm saying? So like the Kick Push song, I was talking about it earlier today. The Kick Push record, the beat, the lyrics, his cadence, everything with that record, it's such a relatable record to anybody and everybody. There's something about that record that everybody can love. I think that's one of those records you can't really hate. You know what I mean? Like if you hate it, it's because you've heard it the past 6 malls you went to during Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now the Superstar one, we already know what that is. That's a humongous record.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we're talking about that's humongous on a different level. Like that's like movie setting. That's like pulling up in the Ferrari, real shit. People pulling up on their boat. Shout out to my man Manny. You know what I mean? Pulling up on their boat really with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think it's super ill where he was able to take his music, especially with these 2 records, because these are to me his 2 biggest ones. You know what I'm saying? I'm personally gonna have to go with Kick Push, just because from the moment I heard that record, it was like, yeah, I love this fucking. Like, I absolutely love this fucking record. I remember one of my homeboys was a big skater back in the day, and I was like, what you doing on that shit? You know what I mean? But the skateboard life was always a part of hip hop. You know what I mean? It depended on where you looked at.
Definitely. It was another opening, I think, or introduction to like another version of an underground scene for hip hop, which is like the skateboard scene, especially on the urban side.
Yeah.
That's Skateboard P. We had Lupe.
Right.
Like, oh, we here. And then now it's totally part of today's sort of identity in terms of hip hop, period.
Right.
So that's pretty interesting. So again, we have 3 votes in the room at the moment for Kick Push. Chat room, what do you guys think? And I see a lot of, I think Kick Push love as well is what I'm kind of getting, right?
I'm gonna make a vote for Superstar because since I voted for that project, I'm gonna take a stand for it. Now, I think everybody, of course, already made great points, and I agree with all those points. I think for me, or the reason why it depends on what direction you want to go into, right? Because the Kick Push is more of that underground hip hop that we know. Superstar, again, I always like to refer to the DJ bag.
Kick Push was TV, was on BET. I mean, I got nominated for a fucking Grammy.
Yeah. But for the Superstar record, though, it's a whole, like what I even said, it's a whole nother realm. It's a difference too, where again, if I pull out the DJ bag, I could probably have both records in the bag. I could have both, but they're getting played at different times for different things, and they're gonna have a different effect.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Because the Superstar I may play right before that 12 o'clock. Hit them. When you playing that 12 to 2 slot, that 12 to 3 slot, you got to hit them. Come with your arsenal. You know what I mean? I might sneak that in prior, or maybe even as the beginning record in that set. Maybe I'm just saying. So my vote is for that record because it can do a little bit more in my opinion. Although I love the Kick Push record, I love it. So that's just my argument to stand up for Superstar since I picked that project.
Nah, yeah, you're right, Scan, because as soon as you said that, like, you hear that Superstar shit, you're definitely chilling at a Hamptons party or some shit, rooftop with some exotic women.
And look what you just said, right? So look, if you play the Kick Push, you might be leaving with the shorty with the JanSport, where you know you play Superstar, you might be leaving with the Bentley outside. Which one you want to do? You know what I mean?
It depends on who gets the nastiest, you know. No.
What you? Overall point. Overall point.
that went somewhere else. I was about to go to
I know, right?
but I can't even go there no more.
Respectfully, would like to hear your vote on this. We're talking Superstar versus Kick Push. Who do you got?
I mean, this is about who do I got? Me personally, and I'm gonna go with Kick Push because I just like that record a little bit more. I mean, having worked both records, Superstar was definitely a different type of competition. You know, you're not Food and Liquor, you know, you're competing with the cool kids. And by the time Superstar came out, you're in conversations with people like Adele. And those are two different rooms, yo. I guarantee they're not in the same room. And if they are, it ain't on purpose.
I like your mathing for me. I like it. Again, we have everybody's vote in the room. And of course, DJ Scanlon's, you know, again, acting very respectfully. Shout out to Mastermind going down with the ship. I can understand him at the edge of a heartbreak. Right there, just looking down. But the first single of each project by Lupe Fiasco, Food and Liquor versus The Cool, we went with, the room went with, and I think the same thing goes to the chat room, if I'm not mistaken. Kick Push takes the win for this one. Put Food and Liquor on the board. That's it. Officially, Food and Liquor on the board. Here we go. Again, every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know what we do over here on Twitch. Make sure you follow on YouTube. Shout out to everybody that joins us here in the chat room from YouTube. Let's talk about it. Moving on. I don't even want to talk about how ill the concepts and the double and triple entendres that this guy does with each of these projects. For example, the birth of the second album, which came out on December 18th, 2007, which is, you know, let's just call it a year and change later. This album basically, like I said, spawned the name The Cool. The name actually birthed on Lupe's first album as a song.
That song, The Cool. Yep, you're right. Yes.
She inspired eventually, like I said, this whole kind of a storyline. If you follow both albums, you can hear the storyline of My Cool Young History. And what you got going on the actual Cool album is him readdressing more of the story with the song The Coolest. Let's talk about the birth of The Cool and part two of The Coolest. Let's start out with Food and Liquor's The Cool.
I love that track.
Yeah. The Cool. Turn me up. Yeah. He came back in the same suit that he was buried in, similar to the one his grandfather was married in. Yes, he was still fresh to death, blamed 2 earrings, a chain laying on his chest. He still had it cause they couldn't find it, and the bullets from his enemies sat like 2 inches behind it. Smelled the Hennessy from when his niggas got reminded, and poured out liquor in his memory. He didn't mind it, but he couldn't sip it fast enough, so the liquor was just filling the casket up. Floating down by his feet was the letter from his sister. Second grade handwriting simply read, I miss ya. Suit jacket pocket held his baby daughter's picture. Right next to it, one of his men stuck a swisher. He had a notion as he laid there soaking. He saw that the latch was broken. He kicked his casket open and he, this life goes passing you by. It might go fast if you lie. You born, you live, then you die. Oh, 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 oh. If life goes passing you by, don't cry. If you're breaking the rules, making your moves, paying your dues, chasing the cool. Not at all nervous.
Again, dope story. You got to pay attention. It's a dope story that he kind of brings you throughout this character that he pretty much makes up. So, main character, like I said, say again?
No, I was just gonna comment on when I said it sounded, real 80s. I'm like that. I finding a lot of the breaks off of that album, like that was a Dexter Wansel song right there. And now, if you know who Dexter Wansel is, he's a beast. But there's a lot of that in Axelrod and all over that record, yo. They went to work, but they made it sound clean, and that's a clean break over a nice loop.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. The cool, going up Lupe Fiasco's the coolest. Woo! It's a tough sentence to follow.
Cool.
Coolest nigga what? The 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 coolest nigga what? Lord, please have sympathy and forgive my cool young history as the coolest nigga what? The coolest nigga what? The coolest nigga what? The coolest nigga what? I love the law, but sometimes it's like that I love me more. I love the peace and I love the war. I love the seas and I love the shore. No love for no beach, baby, that's law. But she doesn't see, therefore I spoil. I trick, I fall, run up and raw. I love her with all my heart. Every vein, every vessel, every bullet large. With every flower that I ever took apart. She said that she would give me greatness, status, placement above the others. My face with grace covers of the magazines of the hustlers. Paper, the likes of which that I had never seen. Her eyes glow green with the logo of our dreams. The purpose of our scene, our obscene obsession for the bling. She would be my queen, I could be her king. Together, she would make me cool, and we would both rule forever. And I would never feel pain, and never be without pleasure ever again. And if the rain stops and everything's dry, she would cry just so I could drink the tears from my eyes. She teach me how to fly, even cushion my fall if my engines ever stall and I plummet from the sky. But she would keep me high, and if I ever die, she would commission my image on her bosom to hum. Or maybe she retire as well. A match made in heaven, set the fires in hell, and I'll be the coolest nigga what? 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 The coolest nigga what?
There you go. Lupe Fiasco. Talk about it. The cool versus the list. Anybody want to step up first? Shout out to my man Dreddy in the building. Haven't seen you in a minute, Playboy. Good to see you back in the building.
I'll go first.
It is scandalous. Speak on it, God.
I'm gonna go with the coolest, and my reason is for one, I think the beat is better. I thought the Kanye West track was a little boring to me, right? And I personally like the coolest beat better. And I think it's I think it's a better overall better song in my opinion.
Fair enough. I think I understand why. So we see scandals going down with the ship, obviously. Mastermind, I love to just segue to you being like sort of, you'd be guarding Scan at this point in the game. So you go down.
I'm going. Nah. It's cool.
You got a bracket over there?
Both tracks are hard, right? But I'm definitely sticking with the cool.
Going with the cool? Fair enough.
I like the whole story concept. The man came back from death, and yeah, dog, it's like a freaking movie. I can actually like picture that shit.
No, he goes, right.
And Kanye, I mean, I like those type of beats. I like dark beats a little bit. So Kanye did his thing, you know what I'm saying? But not to like, discredit the other track. The coolest is dope too. You know what I mean? But I'm sticking with my guns, and you know how I get down, baby. I like never that concept. Yeah, it's cool.
That's By the way, he's absolutely right. I completely forgot to mention and forgot altogether that Kanye did produce the Cool.
Yep.
See? He's absolutely right there. So again, now we got one vote in for the Cool. We got one vote in for the Coolest. Anybody else want to place their vote? Who do you got? By the way, chat room, leave your votes in there too. We'll tally them up. Scans keeping track.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
No. You want to go? Go ahead, Trip.
Yeah, mine is short and sweet. I'm going with the Coolest. Like as Scan said, the beat was better, but I like the story. I like the story on the Coolest.
Yeah. Well, it surprised me because, like I said, the Cool album is kind of like the finishing story of the Cool. That's why it's called the Cool.
It's based on that track, pretty much. Yeah, like.
I mean, but a good chunk of the album. I think he said something like 5 or more tracks are dedicated to the theme of my Cool, or the Cool, in other words. Fair enough. We got 2 votes in for the Coolest. Does anybody else have a vote in for the Cool?
So I'm gonna place my vote. So I'm voting for, what's the second one? The Coolest?
Coolest, yes.
Yeah, I'm voting for that one, the Coolest. And I always hate, I don't know about any of y'all, man, but I've always hated when people's like, nah, but the story's dope. The story's dope though. Like, but the song sucks. Like, because at the end of the day, it's just like with diss tracks. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you heard what he said? Like, but the song sucks. It doesn't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you still have to make a good product. Right?
Is that tonight about each song?
What happened?
Is that how we're feeling tonight about each song?
About each album?
Double reverse stab for $200.
Cut it out. Negative.
I think what Scan said is right. The Coolest, the production on the Coolest is a little bit better. There's a little bit more soulful feeling to me than such. I mean, the Rev was breaking it down on the production on the first one, on the Cool, right? The Cool. You know what I'm saying? And how they make it clean as shit. But you know what I mean? There's something about the Coolest that just feels a little bit more like home cooked food. And like, you know, like I get it. I think his delivery and everything, his flow was just different on the Coolest. You know what I'm saying? Which then comes off as a better record. It makes you want to pay attention more to the song.
Fair enough. Again, like you said, you never know how you're going to vote in this game. We do this every week. Monday night, don't forget, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got 3 votes in for the Coolest, respectfully. Anybody left, it doesn't really matter. Why not? It's the man's birthday. Good Rev.
You just asked me like The Rock, man.
Talk to him, God.
No, listen, bro. The Cool or the Coolest? Who do you got, sir?
I actually went for the Coolest on this one.
You went for the Coolest as well. I think it's pretty safe to say that everybody kind of felt the same.
The thing about these albums is, I like the beats better on Food and Liquor, but he started rapping way better on the Cool.
You can hear it. You can hear it.
Yep.
Started rapping way better. And there were these first and 15th mixtapes floating around that had, you know, you could just tell he was working at it. He's not
growth.
Fly by night rapper. Like he was really like, it just reminds me of that video of DMX when he's battling. Who is he battling? Jay-Z and Ja Rule in the hallway of some club.
Yeah, battling Jay-Z. Yeah,
he just.
Was it backstage? Backstage? Was it one of them? I don't know.
Not during the tour. It was before they even thought about it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But they showed a piece of that.
You talking about the Stretcher Mobito movie there, and they showed like a little.
Yeah. It was around they was all around the table and shit like that or whatever.
Oh, turn it off.
It just sounded like, you know, Like he's getting good at this.
Definitely, his confidence was up on round 2, and again, he got nominated for Grammys off the first album. So he, I think, took home 1 out of 4. He had 4 nominations, ended up taking up 1 home.
Yeah, like you said it before. You said it was a different sound at that time. It was like a lot of crunk. So
it was like
Atlanta was definitely had they foot knee deep in the game at this point.
The dance, like music was sped up at this point. Even Black Eyed Peas were doing their thing at this point. Like this is like a time and point when like the Timbalands were doing their thing. The keyboard sound, not even of the late 90s kind of early keyboard sound, like just production.
Little John, Jazzy Fa.
All that. You got
Jazzy Fa.
Jazzy Fa.
Sound like a Vietnamese DJ. Jazzy Fa.
Jazzy Fizzle, baby.
But listen, again, we talked about Grammys being won for this, for certain songs off the first album. Like I said, they made so much noise. It's a nice segue to round number 3. Let's talk about it. Both albums let Lupe sort of explore a bunch of different realms in terms of his sound. Everything from, even if it came from a story point of view, kind of tough gangster stuff to real thought-provoking, mind twisting kind of stuff to real just lyrical double, triple entendres, trying to fly over your head kind of stuff. He also got a chance to experiment with records that weren't necessarily the first idea that you would think of, right? Or better yet said, the second kind of single that you would expect from each individual. So with that being said, let's talk about the second single of each project. Let's talk about Lupe's Food and Liquor, Daydreamin', featuring Jill Scott.
I fell asleep beneath the flowers. For a couple of hours. On a beautiful day. Daydream. I dream of you amid the flowers. For a couple of hours. Such a beautiful day. It's a spy from behind my giant robot's eyes. I keep him happy cause I might fall out if he cries. Scared of heights so I might pass out if he flies. Keep him on autopilot cause I can't drive. Room enough for one, I tell my homies they can't ride. Unless we're sitting on the shoulders, but that's way too high. Let's try not to step on the children. The news cameras filming this walking project building. Now there's hoes selling hoes like right around the toes. And the crackheads beg at about the lower leg. There's crooked police that's stationed at the knees. And they do drive-bys like up and down the thighs. And there's a car chase going on at the waist. Keep a vest on my chest. I'm sitting in my room as I'm looking out the face. Something to write about. I still got some damage from fighting the White House. Just a daydream. I fell asleep beneath the flowers. For a couple of hours. On a beautiful day.
Definitely a very fly song. Again, a little different than the ordinary. Definitely different from the first song they introduced off that album. So let's talk about his follow-up, second project, right? The Cool. The second single off of that album, which also, again, in a cool kind of way, goes a little left because what he's known for most of the time is a different kind of vibe. And I feel like everybody respectfully thought this vibe was exactly kind of nailed his sort of persona for people that didn't know anything about Lupe. Paris and Tokyo, that Tribe Called Quest kind of vibe, am I right? The Native Tongue kind of vibe?
I know, but I gotta get it back, I gotta go pay these bills. I got a show to do, One time.
Am I wrong?
For your mom.
you wrong.
Paris, wake up in Tokyo. Have a dream in New Orleans. Fall in love in Chicago. Man, I love her, and I hate to leave her lonely. Ring, ring with the iPhone. it was my homie. He said, let's hit Japan. If we can make them jam, we can make 100 grand. Spend it in the south of France, nothing further. I jumped, grabbed my go-yard trunk, got ready to walk it out like Unk in my John Lennon chucks. That's when I heard murder. You're killing me and filling me with sorrow. Sunrise goodbyes and missing you tomorrows. I turn to see my dream, love supreme queen, meanest thing on a sing cry. I drop my bags in the flash, that's faster than 180 on that dash, sir. To dry your tears and wipe the rain from my dear like Dasher. Use the dame who's the username to all my passwords. The reason I get fly is Ivan Jasper. I even keep your picture in my passport. Love, love. Paris, wake up in Tokyo. Have a dream in New Orleans, fall in love in Chicago. Man, then we can land in the motherland. Camelback across that sand. Take a train to Rome or home, Brazil, for real. Wherever I go, she goes. Wherever I go, she goes. So
let's keep it real. Ooh, free chill. Listen, free chill, by the way. Why not free chill? Girl who is serving like 44 years, some crazy shit like that.
Football number bid.
I don't even know what number he's in that number, like where he's at. But like, good luck, bro, for real. No sarcasm, being for real. So keep your head up. Pause. Listen, let's talk about it. Daydreaming versus Tokyo, Paris. Chat room, let me know what you're thinking. You got to type it out because we don't get the
Yeah, they got to type it out.
Let me know what you're thinking. and don't put it in a sentence either. I got no time for that. Let's just say that.
You should have him.
Always reading and shit.
You should have him put up either number 1 or number 2.
That's all right.
Or number 2.
Just type out the name. It's all right. Listen, let's talk about what doing, Ike Infamous. What are you doing? Who do you got?
Whoa. I'm still rolling up. I'm just breaking up. Why don't you let somebody else go?
You didn't come prepared. I bet you the Good River Doctor's prepared.
No, I was prepared. You know, I was just chatting and everything like that. So, you know what I mean? Like, all right. So, boom. So, hold on. Ready? Because I ain't no bitch. I'm prepared. You know what I'm saying?
Just saying one. Your problem, my problem. So,
I think these records are fucking ill, and this is a prime example of what we was just saying, I think, last round, as far as I think the Good Rev was saying it, as far as like you could tell he got such better as a rapper on the second album as compared to the first album, you know what I mean? But both of those records are such a vibe, B. Like, I did not realize like how much of a vibe both of those records are, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually kind of torn. That's why I needed some time, because like I kind of like I love the first record. Like the first record is dope, but like he's flowing and he's lyrically better on the second record, and it sounds like a better polished record. You know what I'm saying? But I might like, damn, this fucking sucks. All right, what's the name of the first? What's the name of the first one?
I'm doing the Humpty dance right now.
Daydream. Daydream.
First song is
you guys. What is Daydreaming?
Daydream.
He get produced by Kelman.
By who?
By Craig Kelman. If you know, you know.
Kelman. Wow.
Kelman.
I'm as fly as it must be in Paris and Tokyo. I'm gonna go with Daydreaming here with my lemon zittles. You know what I mean? I'm gonna break this up and daydream. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
That sample, right? That daydream.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, well, that's the other thing too. It's such a recognizable fucking.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's so recognizable, even if you don't know the name of the original and shit like that. Like you've heard that song somewhere in a setting of a story or as a child. Like you've heard that vibe, that feeling. It's a vibe. You know what I mean? But he raps so much better on the second record, on that Paris and Tokyo. He's so much a better record.
Guy put the first one, Daydreaming. Anybody else feel the same? Any different? Who's stepping up?
Yeah, I'm going with Daydreaming. Cause like he really flowed. He was like he's following the bounce. He's like yeah, Daydreaming, and it didn't hurt to have Jilly from the Philly.
Philly.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a dope track again. Ask
It had a swing to it. The way he was rhyming to it, he had like a swing to it. Like I don't know.
I mean, the drums had
Yeah,
the drums had a swing to it, so he was rapping, you know, trying to
Keep
go
up.
with that.
Right.
Where's the champagne? We need champagne.
Uh.
That song is basically, isn't he kind of like going at the sort of similar to like the Roots in the What They Do video? Like, isn't he kind of like poking fun at like all the hip hop stuff that was going on, all the hip hop shit that was going on, like in videos? He's like, I need your titties next to the 22s, and you know, he's like,
I'm gonna use that bar one day. I need your titties next to the 22s, ma.
You have to, Skid. You have to.
I
You
gotta
have
use that
to.
bar one day.
You have to.
I
Put
mean,
the titties next to the
if I got the
22.
chance,
if I'm not mistaken, the bar includes the word please. Can you please put your titties closer to the 22?
Oh well, at least he acts politely. You know what I mean? At least it's polite.
Right,
Hey,
right.
That's golden.
Gentlemen,
That's some morals.
listen, let's talk about it. We got 2 votes in for Daydreaming. Does anybody want to place a vote for Tokyo Paris? Let's not forget that gem.
Yeah, I'm going for Daydreaming. The Tokyo Paris is dope, but I mean, like I said, like I haven't heard to Lupe in so long. Today I've listened to both albums. And yeah, man, it's a hard choice, but I'm just that Daydreaming just dope. That sample, yes, I was in my zone too. I was like, ooh, okay.
I tell you what, Jules, I'm gonna stick up for my album.
Oh boy.
Who you
Go
going
ahead,
Tokyo?
Scan. Salute to you, Scan. Salute
I'm
to you,
going for
Scan.
Tokyo Pass, but you know why? I also like the sample. It's a Diodato record. It's Diodato. So and that Diodato has been used before also, but I like the little flip with it, the little flip on it too. I think Daydreaming, of course, it's a dope record. It's a bigger record, but I'm sticking with my album tonight. I like the Diodato sample. I like the phone, like everybody's touched on that point, and this is the reason why I picked the Cool, because to me, I can hear the growth from the first album to the second album. I think, according to like sometimes what the Good Reverend says, that the beats are better, I think, on the first one. The beats we can kind of gravitate to a little bit more. But I like the polished, improved Lupe, if you will, on the second album. So that's why I'm also sticking with my guns on this.
Yeah, no, but his lyrical skills went up. You know what I mean? For real. Like,
I mean, I agree.
you can tell a difference, definitely.
and
We put 2 records that were both dope. I mean, how would we classify? How would you guys like to classify this round? Like, what's the theme of both these kind of sounding records? Because again, they definitely are very unique in their own way.
Alternative.
They're both a vibe. That's the thing. They're both a vibe.
Yeah.
Triple C should be very mad at this round because he couldn't even. You can't pull a gun out on this round, bro.
That's how I felt about both. That's how I felt about both. I was like, I want to hate it. I want to hate it, but I like it.
Yo, you know what this? Yo, Trip C thought he was going to. He thought he was going to the regular Tunnel Aspect Club. He walked in, everybody's sitting down on little fucking pillows and shit like that. He's like, why has everybody got their shoes off?
I was like, I was pleasantly surprised.
Listen.
I thought I entered the wrong room. I'm like, oh shit.
Reason we picked these projects, like I said, 2 dope projects, 2 dope tracks. Scan going down with as usual. Again, 2. Let's call it. Which song had the better vibe round? You know what I'm saying?
We can say that.
Okay, that's good. Yeah,
That's
okay.
Yeah, it's better than best second single. I mean, we knew it's That's
they're both a vibe. They're both a vibe, and like again, two different kind of zones. But I think like I said, I like you guys picked Daydream, and I picked the other one. So
yeah, no, I'm not mad. That Tokyo and Paris, man. I'm not like that's a dope ass party to be at, man. That's a day party where everybody's fly, chilling. There's no beef. You know what I mean?
Right.
The weed smell good. You know what I mean? Everybody
mimosas.
smells good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That's a dope ass party. See, Trip, you don't like to go to them shits though, man.
He can't pull up without having to get out to get a plate and just chill out. And then he ain't like, nah, if it ain't that kind of service, he ain't coming.
Tripping to his black Air Forces, baby. He needs black Air Forces.
Straight up.
If I was in New York today, that's exactly where we all will be at, yo.
Oh, is it what, the Long Island Mike James Day?
No, I'm just saying. I always for my birthday, I get the Henny cracking, and you remember.
Yeah, I do know. I just remember the Mike James Day was also like in August at some time around your birthday, so it was kind of like a.
It was July.
That's in July.
Yeah, Mikey James. Yeah, Mikey James Day. That's it. You know what I mean? If you follow the NBA championship and shit like that, and you know about the island, you come out to Mikey James.
He don't.
That's a fucking.
He doesn't follow that.
I got them.
You don't know any.
Hey, let's stick to the script. When we talk around round number 3, I decided, like I said, on each one of these records, Daydreamin versus Tokyo Paris. It went down one way or the other. There was still a vote on each side of the room, but there was just more votes on the other side. Daydreamin taking the win on this one, putting Food and Liquor on the board once again. Scores 2-1.
You know, let that say his piece anyway.
Oh, I didn't hear my bad, Rev. You still going?
Nah, I ain't even vote.
That's what
Damn.
Nah, board.
Yo, that was a drop, right? That was the drop right there. Nah, I didn't even vote.
Actually, maybe I chose not to like whip out the old pause, the I am vote type. You know, and I was like, I'm just gonna jump.
You good.
Dude's trying to push out the round, kid.
How they do in Florida, you know?
Nah, Rev, go ahead. Go ahead, choose one, Rev. Go ahead, do your thing.
Well, let's find out which one you was gonna go with. Because I feel like it's such a tribe vibe from Tokyo Paris.
I think Dreddy made a point with that too. But go ahead, Rev. I'm sorry.
What do you say? Can you look it up?
I think he said something about Far Side.
He said
more like Far
he
Side.
sa's more of a Far Side vibe than it is a tribe vibe. And
Okay.
I get it. I kind of get that, especially with the way like the drum program is. I can kind of see that.
This is just so fly to me, that record. I definitely want to play it more in any kind of DJ setup that I can get a chance to play. I think it's a good work the room record. I think personally.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Jules, now that you voted, let's hear what the Rev voted.
See what the Rev says.
That was just me acknowledging to play that record a little more. I already played.
Voting for that, John.
You know what I'm saying? You're right. Who do you got though? Because like I said, both records have a unique vibe. Which vibe are you going for?
No, I'm actually voting for Tokyo Paris.
With that.
Because everything that was said about this record makes sense. It was actually on the same part of that break that's used in that was on an old Dilla beat tape, and I believe it was for the Far Side.
Rev, you are correct. Rev.
I believe it was for them because it was that long ago when he was doing beats for them, and this was just on a beat tape. But it's only on there for like 24 seconds. But
24 seconds is a lot.
It's one like the 95, 96 Dilla beats. Rev, am I correct?
I think so. I gotta go by like the name of the tape because his beats be having some crazy ass names, yo. Like I saw Snoop and Kid Capri fight at a funeral is the name of a beat.
That sounds crazy.
I bet you that shit is so fire too.
And I forgot. I'll tell you right now exactly what beat that is. And it just the names.
Well, listen, I'm gonna, like I said, just wrapping up round 3 while Good Rev looks for that. We did establish the Food and Liquor gets another vote, so it's officially 2-1 at the moment. Again, every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do it right here live on Twitch. But shout out to everybody in the chat room that hangs out. Malcontent's up in here, Mr. September's up in here, Dreddy's up in here. I forgot who DJ Maitar was up in here. I think he might still be. Elevated always up in here. Like I said, thank you for everybody that always hangs out here live time. Don't forget, leave your comments over. Like I said, let it spit your venom once again. You know what I'm saying? Leave it twice just to be nice. But let's talk about round number 4. I'm a little nice at the moment, so don't know the word nice was for you.
Well, just to clarify, that beat is called Kid Capri Yells at a Funeral with Snoop. And it's on the when they were shopping J-Lib. By the way, I don't know if you've seen it, there's a new J-Lib album and there's a new Doom and Madlib album.
Oh, no! Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're putting the vinyl out next week.
It's
Nice.
new stuff.
For
Or it's a
both of them. Not their new albums, yo. What's homie's name? What's the label that they came out on? Stone's Throw. They're putting
Stone's Throw, yeah.
They're putting them out. I just saw that last week. But anyway,
Stone's Throw for those.
back to the project at hand.
Let's talk about Lupe some more. Again, round number 4. I have to move on because again, it's 2-1 at the moment, so the game is still alive. It could go either way. But let's talk about it. I want to discuss Lupe's again various styles on both projects. Let's talk about some of that deep provoking kind of side. He's very woke, this young man, right? I mean, I don't know what age he was when both these projects dropped, because they're only about 1 year apart. So you could just imagine he was recording at a fierce sort of pace, the way the Good Red was mentioning all these mixtapes coming out. So let's talk about again when he gets his woke on, if that makes sense, off of Food and Liquor. Let's talk about that Hurt Me Soul
Stuff. Yeah. This one right here. Dedicate this one right here to everybody out there. You dig? Check it out. Now I ain't trying to be the greatest. I used to hate hip-hop. Yup, because the women degraded, but Too Short made me laugh. Like a hypocrite, I played it. A hypocrite, I stated, though I only recited half. Omitting the word bitch, cursing, I wouldn't say it. Me and Dog couldn't relate to the bitch I dated. Forget my favorite word for hers and hers alike, but I learned it from a song I heard and sorta liked. Yeah, further ice and glamorized drug dealing was appealing, but the block club kept it from in front of our building. Gangsta rap based filmings became the building blocks for children with leaking ceilings, catching drippings with pots, coupled with compositions from Pac. Not as it was written in the mix with my realities and feelings, living conditions, religion, ignorant wisdom, and artistic vision. I began to jot, tap the world and listen. It dropped. My mom can't feed me, my boyfriend beats me. I have sex for money, the hood don't love me. The cops wanna kill me, this nonsense built me, and I got no place to go. They bomb my village, they call us killers. Me off they welfare, can't afford they healthcare. My teacher won't teach me, my master beats me, and it hurts me. I had to get a boy pop.
Ooh, I like that joint. Yeah, man. Like I said, so again, a little bit on that woke side of things for Lupe, you know what I mean? So I wanted to play something that they sound off of the off the Cool album. Let's talk about one of the singles off that Cool featuring Nicki Jean, Hip Hop Saved My Life.
Dedicate. This one right here goes out to my homie with the drink. Know what I mean? He said, I write what I see. Right to make it right, don't like what I be. I like to make it like the sights on TV. Quite the great life, so nice and easy. See, now you can still die from that, but it's better than not being alive from straps. Agreed, a meat notebook and a big that click when it's pushed and a whack-ass beat. That's a track that's weak that he got last week, cause everybody in the stew was like, that's that heat. A bass heavy medley with a sample from the 70s with a screwed up hook that went stack that cheese. Something.
Stack that cheese. cheese.
Mother, sister, cousin.
Stack that cheese.
He couldn't think of nothing.
Stack that cheese.
He turns down the beat, right as black impedes. Crying from the next room, a baby in need of some pampers and some food and a place to sleep. That plus a black Cadillac on D's is what keep him on track to be a great MC.
One you never heard of, I push it harder for the rhyme. I feel like murder, but hip hop you saved me. One you never heard of, I push it harder for the rhyme. I feel like murder, but hip hop you saved my life.
Reps North Side, so we
So he rocks those braids. Yo, Dreddy's right. It's sad that I call it the woke vibe. You gotta understand, Freddie. I was an industry guy, so it was my job to classify shit just for marketing reasons. So I apologize. But yes, this was the woke kind of vibe. Like I said, version of the tracks on his albums. Again, because the entire albums weren't based on this kind of vibe most of the time. So he had a good amount of songs that kind of represented a bunch of different vibes, if we will, right? So this is that vibe right now. Hurt Me Soul going up against Hip Hop Saved My Life. Talk about it in the chat room. Let me know what you're thinking. Each one of y'all want to place your vote, go right ahead. But as far as what's going on in this room, let me know who wants to place their vote first. Who's stepping up? Who do you got? Damn.
Yeah, I'm going down the first joint. What was it? Hurt Me Soul?
Damn, Triple C, do you even care?
This is the round where Trip C shoots the DJ. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is that round. Trip, yo, who played this shit? Man?
Who played this bomb clap fuckery up in here? What's if it dead?
like Trip.
But that hook was real.
The hook song, Triple C. Which song? Name the song, Triple C.
The first joint.
You're right. Hook is
DJ.
that Food and Liquor. So Triple C putting his vote down for Hurt Me Soul. It is a dope. Both songs are dope. But you gravitated more to this one. Fair enough. Is anybody feeling like Triple C? Did they like Hurt Me Soul? Is Hip Hop Saved My Life? Their vote. Who's stepping up? What do you got?
The first joint.
Yeah, Hurt Me Soul. Yeah.
My soul.
Good rap going. Hold on. Is it everybody in agreement? Is it the first one?
Yes.
Yo, you can hear it. He's not flowing correctly on that Hip Hop Save Me. You know what I mean? And then I feel like he's almost making a mockery of that. Like, I understand the story aspect of the something that, but it's just a bad. That's the thing. That's the thing that I got from the cool album, because anybody in his camp that let him name and do a hook called Go Go Gadget Flow.
Oh,
Go Go Gadget Flow.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
I like that record, but
Nah.
What? I mean, I do. I like the beat.
Ice Face. So Ice Face? Ice Face is confused.
No.
He's so confused.
We could have had
hurt right now. Yo, man. You know what, Jules? You allowed to like whatever you like, but man.
We didn't do that.
And I say, holy moly.
We got 4 votes for Hurt Me Soul. The was it Mastermind? Who obviously Hurt Me Soul, I assume.
Of course.
Of course. Fair enough. I mean, again, both songs, in my opinion, are very dope. But again, only one out of the 2 got picked in this particular round when we put Hurt Me Soul going up against Hip Hop Saved My Life. The entire room, when we Hurt Me Soul, putting Food and Liquor up on the board once again. Uh-oh. Is mathematics. Today's mathematics. Do we come to the end of round number 4, which again went to Food and Liquor. But when it comes to this game, no matter how many rounds we keep going, there's no way at this point right now that the cool can come back. With that being said, tonight's winner, when we talked about the Lupe Fiasco episode, Chicago, Maine, Food and Liquor versus the Cool. Tonight's winner is Food and Liquor. Eats, beats, and rhymes. Make some noise.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That debut album was.
Yeah.
Just the debut that Mastermind's talking about. This was again released in September of 2006. Number 8 debut on the top 200.
Yes, sir. Talk to him.
Grammy nominations, 1 Grammy win, if I'm not mistaken, the joint that we all loved when we played tonight, Daydreamin'. It is only, again, I don't really trust RIAA website and information these days. It's only classified as a gold album these days. I find it hard to believe. 16 tracks in total. And again, we had a few singles off this. We had Kick Push, I Gotcha, Daydreamin'. 3 singles off there right there. And as far as features are concerned, he definitely put a lot of his first and 15th compadres all over the project. Sarah Green, Gemini, Jonah Monstronga, Jill Scott making an appearance. He got Jay-Z.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
Jay-Z
So, like-
heard his flow. Jay-Z heard his flow and he was like, yo, let me be executive producer of that shit. That's what happened. Yep. Jay-Z was like, hold up. Okay. Executive producer, me. I'm in there.
Actually, 100%. For a guy that's got 1 feature on the album, has no record label involvement. This album came out in Atlantic on Lupe's first own imprint.
15 and first, right? The 15 and first joint.
Any of that. And he got an executive producer credit.
Look at that.
So you got to give up to get a Jay-Z feature at that point in time, I guess.
Right.
But listen, we would have went around 5 if we would have. And I just wanted to be clear that if we had gone to round number 5, we would have talked about Jay-Z's appearance on the Liquor album because he's the biggest appearance on the album. So it's only right the other biggest appearance off of the Cool, which was obviously Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg, right.
Pressure going up against High Definition. I labeled the name of the round the best worst song off each project.
Yo, you see, and I would have stood up and be like, you didn't put Go Go Gadget Flow in this round. Yo, that shit, and I love Inspector Gadget, but it's just.
I mean, no, but I mean, dude, Jay-Z joint.
Say again.
You like the Jay-Z song?
Actually, I think I like the Snoop one a little bit better. I think I might like the Snoop one a little bit better.
I was the opposite way.
I mean, they're both lackluster if you really want to talk about
Really,
it.
that's the worst song, really. That was Audacity.
Yeah, they're both lackluster.
Yeah, but that Go Go Gadget Flow shit. When I heard that, I just got disgusted. Like, yo, why you let your man do that? Yo, I would never let the Rev walk out of a fucking session like that. I would have been like, yo, Rev, what the fuck is we doing, my brother? It's not happening like that. Yeah, man, you gotta love your people a little bit more than that. Be like, yo, dude, I understand. Yo, man, to each his own, dude. To each his own, and understand, like, yo, this is my fucking hill. I'm standing on this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I hope that he was the only one that liked that record when they walked out of there, and that would make me have more respect for it because he was able to pull that shit off and get it on the album. Like, nobody liked it but him. Fucking it's on the album.
Wow.
So the verse wasn't dope. Weak, but not the verse.
Listen, man, it's just
that was a skip.
Oh yeah, it was I tried. I gave it a shot. You know what I mean? I gave it a shot.
Building. Listen, I don't know, bro. I think. Okay, you might have a good point. I never looked at it. He really was going. I got my go. So he really only. It's the go. Goes for me. It's the goes. You know what I'm saying? You could actually
only said it twice.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's. I don't know.
How don't
Magic Mike.
Yo, how don't you question that shit, dude? Instantly, as the engineer, I would be like,
I like, you know what it was? the time I liked the bounce on that record. Like I thought the bounce was pretty cool. Don't. And I was like, okay, like it got a little, yeah.
It's bouncy. Bouncy. It's bouncy. It's a
Yeah.
bouncy.
Yeah, that was a lot of weed and a gummy, wasn't it? And the gummy threw it over the top. The gummy threw it over the top.
And the gummies weren't popping, not in New York at that point. They wasn't. They were here.
There was gummies popping in New York. It was just different kind of gummies. It was definitely popping. I can assure you that.
Dirty throwing the chat room talking about like you're looking very dispensary rookie freshman.
I mean, it all depends on how what you hearing, and how you hear it. Because I'm sure everybody didn't stick around when Daz brought in the Joeski Love Pee Wee Herman record. Make Ambitions of a Rider for Tupac, because that's what that is. The drums from
the drums, yeah.
Rider, that's the Pee Wee Herman.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
But Ambitions of a Rider is the final product. At
one point the Pee Wee Herman was the final product.
Yeah, but the Pee Wee Herman dance fit where the Pee Wee Herman dance. Like. I get Inspector Gadget. It was one of my favorite cartoons as a kid. I get it. But dude, just not everything is supposed to match like that, man. Like if just make it better, bro. Just make it better.
I think at this point in time, let's just refresh everybody's memory, because I think maybe you have forgotten, Ike, if it was your album that you chose won. Food and Liquor takes tonight's win. Forget. And the reason this battle even came into conversation was because from what I've seen, and I remember being, like I said, being in the industry at the time, and maybe the Rev can attest this, maybe you guys can attest this, there was a conversation going on at the time about which one was the better album. Was it Food and Liquor or was it The Cool? And technically, like I said, if you go by number standard, I didn't get to even tell you the stats on The Cool. The Cool, I believe, debuting number 15, not as high as Food and Liquor, but it's a platinum selling album, which again, I think than that, depending on RIAA numbers, if they ever got it right, it was Grammy nominated for one song, which I believe was Superstar. Didn't, but then also at the same time had a the big feature, the Snoop Dogg feature. But
which one did you pick, Jules?
It's weird. It's funny how life goes, right? So I was a big fan of The Cool, especially when I was a little late when it dropped. I was maybe like a year late. It was one of those like I'll get to it type of things, and I got to it really good. I don't know if it aged that well. It aged. It wasn't bad. I still enjoyed myself. There's so many joints that are still really good in there, but I did myself with a lot of filler. And
I'll finish, and then I have a question for you, or I have a question for the room. But go ahead.
That was it. Like I just caught myself finding that things that I thought I liked filler to me. I used to really like it, so now it's like, we skip that one.
Did anybody think or feel that Food and Liquor may have been a little all over the place? As far as production wise, maybe.
As far as production wise, yeah, kind. Well, yeah, you could kind of sort of say that. I wouldn't. Well, I don't know.
Speaking
kind of tough.
All over the place, because it sounded like it was like a lot live music. It sounded like live instruments.
I think your first album is full of demo stuff. So I recorded it in Chicago. I recorded
mixtape.
Okay.
Yeah, and I actually don't mind. I actually didn't mind that aspect. You know what I mean?
Okay.
To Food and Liquor.
But because some people like a cohesive sound, and like the world will give you like this. That's what Ali gets paid for, right? To give him that like all saying leveled out, all this tight air kind of like I mean, he just delivers, right? So everybody, but then you also get that. I think when Rev mentioned it, like that was the '80s kind of production. Well, in the '80s, again, there wasn't a whole we're gonna spend a few days up in the studio. It was like we have 2 hours and we're gonna record 3 fucking songs.
That's it.
They were going to just knock out as much shit as possible, and it was like it's a different. It's like we're just gonna sit here, and that would be at different studios. I mean, you also about the time when you talking about you walk around with tapes, right?
Right.
Feels and shit. Like that's crazy.
I like the Neptune's track or Food and Liquor.
That
the Neptune's track.
There was another dope record. Emperor's. I think it was the Emperor's.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It was
Emperor's.
Emperor's soundtrack.
Emperor's
something
theme,
like that. Yeah.
Emperor's theme or Emperor's
soundtrack. Emperor's theme. Something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines. That was.
Wow.
That was. I thought that record was a really dope record. I thought that was like because I never stopped to listen to Lupe's music like that. You know what I mean? Like I know of his big records and shit like that, but I've never done the homework on. You know what I mean? So, like when I heard that record, that's why like when you asked Scan about it being all over the place production wise, I could see you saying that, but it's. I think I was having this discussion before in the chat room. I look at Lupe like one of those artists. Like I make art, you know what I mean? Like he just like he's almost trying to like stand out and be different. So like I wouldn't expect it to be all boom bapish. I wouldn't expect it to be. So that's why like I see where the albums went, and you know what I mean. It's just it's I could see how he got better. He's as a lyricist. Yeah, he's not a copycat. He's on his own shit. You know what I mean? It's the skateboard crew or the crew or just the guys who just, you know what I mean? You look over at Lupe, he was the one that probably had the punk rocker, the drug dealer, you know what I mean? The nerd, everybody sitting with him at the table. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I took it.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna. I like Kick Push too.
Oh, part 2, you mean?
Yeah, I like.
Shout out Malcontent because he actually brought up that he likes Food and Liquor, part 2, the album. He said it's actually. I remember giving it a listen and not being. I never went back. It was a one listen kind of project, but maybe it's time to re-listen. He actually is asking right now. You know, I listened to Food and Liquor too. I have not yet, but to the world, Food and Liquor is apparently a good listen.
I see. Like I feel ashamed that I didn't even like. I never cared to look into.
Or you ain't alone. You ain't alone. I hear you talking. You ain't alone.
Yo, Jules mentioned it. I didn't listen to it. I was like, oh.
Listen, your man almost. I mean, did they? I mean, maybe the chat can confirm this, but didn't he almost battle Royce the 5'9" and was like on some like I'm down.
They were talking about that earlier in the chat.
Oh,
they were arguing. They didn't battle.
Royce would have fucking ate his food, fam. Yo, Royce, the 5'9" against Lupe. Yo, what? That would have been hilarious. That would have been like a mallet killing a fly, bro. Like Royce is Royce is a beast.
Royce is a beast.
Royce is a if answer, but I'm just saying. I don't imagine this beatdown this lyrical beatdown. Respectfully, like I don't see it. I think like it'd be a good spar. Like I really do.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
They have this records out.
But I felt like it's two different vibes for me for both of them. Like
it's two different vibes. And hey, listen, man, when somebody's back down into a corner, I'm not gonna doubt whatever that man is gonna be able to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna knock him in that aspect. But I just see Royce the 5'9" in a battle aspect, and especially this is what I'm presented with. Like I'm presented with. You know what I mean? Kick pushing cool, and then knowing what I'm presented with Royce the 5'9", regardless of however lyrical you think he can be. Like, there's no way you're stepping in that cage, fam. Like, don't do that.
He said, don't do that. Maybe we need to have an episode talking about the Royce Lupe diss songs. You said there's diss songs against each other, Rev? Is that what you said?
When I want to say probably when Clubhouse first came out, they were on there, and they were going back and forth like days in a row. Like I didn't bother going to listen to it or watch it. I would just see that they had another argument. Okay,
right. Another argument.
I didn't bother to go listen, but I was listening to both of their. If they had something out that wasn't that, I was listening to it. But that Lupe is an interesting individual, man. I wanted to, for honorable mention, I don't know why this song didn't make the album, but I don't know if you could look up the song called Birds and the Bees.
Which album didn't it make it on?
It was, I want to say it was at the end of Food and Liquor and was supposed to be on the Cool, but it made neither. It ended up
like sample issues, something like that, maybe.
Nah, because they put it out somewhere else.
Okay, all right. So.
But it's one of those records. It's one of those mixtape records where everybody's copy is fucked up. Like everybody's version is too loud.
Nobody ever
She said she gotta do her nails and condition her hair. Find a pair of shoes and a fit in Brazil. Slick shorty, describe her description is fair. But say no other chick in this world can compare. No nigga got permission to stand. I say I never listen, never mention I can't. When they gone, I never miss them, never diss them a tear. Cause other women that feel that position is there. It's the same game, just a different affair. Different name, different distance from here. She said, well, things gonna change. Now her mission is clear. Let her get off the phone and get off the home. She knocks on the door, it's business from there. Start stripping again. I'm not flinching, Cardi's on my vision impaired. And enough ice to condition the air. Now the boy got game and the girl got hurt. The boy got brains and the girl got worth. Cause the boy got fame, do whatever he say. Now the boy gets paid like every day. It's just the birds.
Hey, y'all, DJ Cruz in the building. Yo, we had a whole Lupe episode tonight, Cruz. We had the Food and Liquor album going up against the Cool album. And at this point, I'll let you in on the secret. You know what I'm saying? Food and Liquor took the win tonight.
Yo, that track you just played.
Next month to watch the episode, I'll tell you what it is.
Yo, that track you just played should have replaced that Go Go Gadget.
Yeah.
that was when Kanye was just doing everything for everybody, and I don't know why that song didn't make the album, but it was.
Hey, Rev, is that a Kanye beat?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Yo.
I didn't even freaking know that.
I was on the first album. I see him doing a couple of songs together.
It was supposed to be, because I was just getting mad random tracks from wherever, and I just saw this Lupe Fiasco, Birds and the Bees, Kanye West. What the hell? I just saw it. I said, okay. And I decided to keep it. And I'm listening to it. I'm like, oh shit, this should have been on the album, because it sounded like it could have went with as far as the Food and Liquor album goes, like the cohesiveness for me with that album is the raps are good and the beats are good. That's all it takes for me. I love the story factor of going into the Cool and everything with it, and he definitely elevated his rapping in between those albums. But I don't know. I just kind of like the way the first album came off. That shit was a
shot in
the dark, and
I
it
heard
worked.
both albums today too. I was like, let me go like.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. What the Cool is like what 19 tracks and like.
It's a long record.
Right? I was just like, yeah, this shit look like, yeah. The first album's dope though. I mean, respect to both albums though, you know what I'm saying? It's the same artist, you know, you can see like the evolve. His lyrical skills started like, you know what I'm saying? He started growing, you know, so respect.
He makes see, Lupe makes big music. I think that's the thing that's I forgot. And I think that we're not probably mentioning is that he makes big records. You know what I mean? Like he makes that, whether it be on the Food and Liquor or the Cool album. These are his first two albums, and he made big ass fucking records, like huge ass records. You know what I'm saying?
And then disappeared.
Well, when you make records that big, shit, I'm gonna make this shit in the fucking chill kick push.
Yeah,
Bro,
if
I would have made a kick push, man. Hell yeah, I'm chilling. And then I come back and make a superstar.
What?
What? I'm at all of those rooftop parties with all those exotic models, all of the French and the Moroccan and the, you know what I mean? The Romanian, Guatemalan, like, yo. Make that shit sound like a Raekwon ad-lib. What happened?
He ain't want to do none of that at first. He came in, he was on the, I don't smoke, I don't over the years, I think he's full on like ayahuasca retreat now.
Oh, that's good. My man's got
like he's been through smoking weed and mushrooms. Like that era of rappers, him, Vic Mensa, Vince Staples, like they all rap about shrooms and shit. And there's nothing wrong with that, but keep trying to do what you got known for in the first place. Like don't fall off the cliff too early, yo. This ain't a sight bike. You know what I mean? You gotta
shout out to Excite Bike reference. Shout out, yeah. That was my shit, especially the purple board, yo. That was
you really had to hold on, son. That track was unforgiving.
Unforgiving. Had the fucking the little fucking rivets in the shit.
Don't get the revved up engine where you just flying over shit.
I used to get mad when I had to pull over because my shit overheated. You'd be like,
oh, yo.
Yeah, see the birthday boy with the dope reference, man.
We need to have an episode about just different methods that we used to play video games, regardless if we had the same system or not. Because
we did a whole episode on up, down, down, left, right.
No, I'm talking. It gets deeper than rap, yo. I'm talking. Me and my cousin, between us, we got 3 Nintendos. One of them overheats. The other one we had to put in the freezer. The other one, it only worked if you dropped it off at a 3 feet level off the couch, like a conveyor belt at UPS or something.
What the shit?
Yo.
Nintendo was like that, bro. Nintendo was like, you
cats had their own science back there.
I'm saying
I gotta light up to that. Hold on, Rev. I gotta light up to that. This nigga said put one in the freezer, drop another one off a conveyor belt height.
Two had to be a
3-foot fall, yo.
I was already impressed that he's in the circle of 3 motherfucking Nintendos.
I had mine, he had his, and he borrowed Tyrone's. and that's how we used to put, because we used to stay up all night playing fucking Tecmo Bowl. Before that, 10-yard fight, fucking arch rivals.
Man,
Metroid.
you know we still alive, right?
Yeah, so as a matter of fact, EP Triple C letting us know that we got to wrap things up. We're gonna go ahead and do this.
We're gonna do it.
Yo, big man, you know we're live.
Live stream. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Like I said, who joins us every week. Again, we do this every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to Malcolm 10. Shout out to Dreddy. Shout out to Jenny Maitar. Shout out to Mr. September. Shout out to Cruz. Shout out to Project Elevated. Again, I can't even believe all you guys hang out with us every Monday night. We're gonna come up with something dope for you.
Appreciate y'all.
Word. Much appreciated.
DJ Hobo.
Shout out to Hobo.
Breeze. Shout out to Nerd Chris.
Shout out to Nerd Chris.
Breeze.
Yes. Shout out to everybody that joined us. Like I said, as part of the crew, we love you guys. Mastermind for stepping back in the building. Good rap. Thanks for having you back. We glad to have you back, guys. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Everybody, enjoy your week. Enjoy your time. Like I said, YouTube for recaps on the videos. I know everybody in the chat room already knows that stuff live, but I'm telling you, we dress it up real nice. Check it out. You know, executive producer Triple C goes really hard on these videos. Pause. See, check it out. Let them know what you think in the comment section. And we outie. Peace.
That's a young Latrell Sprewell.
Enjoy your birthday.
Yeah, word.